Story of a young, dynamic, and enterprising gentleman who conquered opposition on all fronts to rise to prominence on the platform of the People's Democratic Party. Although a newcomer to the House of Representatives, Dr. Bellamy quickly found his footing, taking an early lead and working tirelessly to address the needs of his constituency. Within his first year, he demonstrated a sheer commitment for effective representation, touching lives across various sectors while upholding accessibility, inclusivity, participation, transparency, and accountability. To strengthen community engagement and ensure sustainable development in Askra Uba and Howell, Dr. Bellamy organized town hall meetings, community development projects, and empowerment programs to address the needs and concerns of his constituents. His initiatives ensure that the voices of the people are heard and acted upon. Legislative advocacy and representation, being the cardinal role of legislators, has witnessed significant efforts with strategic bills sponsored by the lawmaker. In progress are bills for the establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery in Howell, Borno State, and establishment of Federal College of Health Science and Technology in Askra Uba, Borno State. Several motions were moved and or seconded by the lawmaker, some of which are motions for establishment of vocational and sports training centers in Askra Uba, Howell Federal Constituency, need to deploy urgent security measures in Sabongari, Kelle Road, Lassa, and Musa in Askra Uba Howell Federal Constituency in Borno State. The urgent rehabilitation of the Biugarkita Gombi Road in Askra Uba Howell Federal Constituency in Borno and Adamawa State. Other motions are student loan bills now assented, the need to recharge and restore the Lake Chad, 35% affirmative action for women in leadership, improving service delivery in Nigeria's health sector, enhanced security for farmers in Borno rural communities, and 2024 appropriation bill emphasizing special considerations for women, children, youths, and disabled persons, now a law.
Concerned that the residents of Sabongari, Kelle, Jile, Lassa, and Musa have been subjected to a harrowing ordeal and trauma that affect the area and claim the life of numerous citizens in those communities, including travelers going for a wedding event. Worried that the periodic attack continues and there was no humanitarian assistance that had been provided to the victims to cushion the effect of the attack, there is need to wake up and contain the security challenge in Askra Uba Howell Federal Constituency and our country in general. The House mandate the House Committee on Army, Humanitarian Affairs, NEMA, and relevant MDAs to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, looking at this very important motion, I want to amend and add that the ad hoc committee, if constituted, they should develop an accountability framework that guarantees that the targeted students are not shortchanged but receive or access the loan without hindrance.
In the area of infrastructure development, Dr. Bellamy facilitated and supported significant infrastructure projects, including installation of large solar boreholes in Askra Uba, boreholes repairs in Kida, Shafa, Azare, and Ngulde, Uba, and Gwazang wards, installation of over 400 solar power streetlights across the constituency, ongoing repair and maintenance of the Biu Shafa Gerkida Road, installation of mega solar powered boreholes in Askra Uba, consideration of feeder roads in Askra Uba Howell Federal Constituency. Dr. Bellamy facilitated appointments in various federal agencies, including the FRSC, with ongoing efforts in the Army and Navy. He actively laid petitions on behalf of his people, followed up on issues affecting them, and remain open to engagement on their rights. Dr. Bellamy maintained high accessibility to his constituents via in-person and virtual platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, fostering open engagement and responsiveness. At the constituency level, which remains his primary focus, Dr. Bellamy initiated several projects to improve the living conditions of his people. Shortly after his inauguration, he provided solar-powered streetlights to 2 wards in Shafa and Bolahiji in Haul and 8 wards in Askrawuba. These initiatives significantly boosted socio-economic activities and security by enhancing nightlife.
Coming to our community, seeing the solar project in this locality, if you come in the evening, you can see that it's indeed a very nice view, because everywhere is now like Abuja. So it is indeed something that we have never witnessed in previous governments, but now we have the opportunity because we have one of our own who is immensely doing greatly, and we hope that he will continue in this direction.
Another strategic intervention was the provision of food security palliatives to selected individuals and communities in the constituency, and cash support, especially during the challenging period following the removal of the petroleum subsidy. Demonstrating compassion, Dr. Bellamy distributed food items during Christmas and Ramadan, personally overseeing the distribution of rice, spaghetti, sugar, and other condiments. One of his campaign promises was the rehabilitation of the dilapidated Biu-Garkuda Road. Since his inauguration, he has been actively pushing FAMA to expedite action on the project, expressing dissatisfaction with the slow progress.
Our people are not asking for something much. What has been the benefit of our people? And that is why we are asking of government that one of your first role is to provide security of life and property. Therefore, that infrastructure road deserves all the attention that is required to be able to fix that road, because it's going to save lives, it's going to make accessibility to our people to enhance their socio-economic life, and also enhance even economic activity of the place. So all the communities that are linked to that place deserve this attention from government. And the good news is that this time around we are working with all partners, we are working with all stakeholders. I have reached out to different stakeholders, and I'm happy because of the support we are receiving from our people.
One key project that has commenced in the first 1 year of the federal lawmaker in office is the 13-kilometer Sabon Kaswa Pama Huitambaya Road, a key artery through the hinterland of how local government connecting food basket communities.
Sabon Kaswa Huitambaya access road is very critical, and the road is already undergoing constructions. And for me, we are paying attention that most of the communities in Askiroba Haul federal constituency that need such kind of construction for hinterland communities will also be given the same attention.
Dr. Bellamy has consistently engaged with his constituents, regularly visiting to interact, understand their needs, and collect their feedback. This engagement led to a series of town hall meetings, providing a platform for open dialogue. A landmark achievement was the provision of 18 million naira in educational support to 5,000 students in the constituency. He also paid school fees for many underprivileged students, demonstrating his commitment to education. The distribution event, coinciding with the first town hall meeting, drew significant attention and recognition from the community.
Na farko ya kama na palliative, na biyu kuma gashi yanzu ya kama scholarship na yaran mu. To yanzu ka san yanda rayuwa yake ba kowa zai samu ya karatu dan talaka ba, amma gashi ya kama na dalili wanda yaran mu za su samu su yi karatu. Ka san mu ilimi shine garkuwar rayuwa. Mu dai muna mishi fatan alkhairi, Allah ya taya shi riko, muna mishi fata kuma ya gama lafiya, Allah ya sa kuma wani ne dai no mai Allah ya kara kawo shi.
I believe this initiative will complement other initiatives across the local government, across the state, across the country. so that Nigeria will continue to have people who are highly qualified in an ever-changing world.
And so I'm happy that you are achieving this feat. I'm happy that with this type of initiative you are going somewhere. I'm happy that when we look behind we know that somebody is coming that could build on where we couldn't do.
He is in the National Assembly representing us, and if you see how he's representing us, you know that Dr. Balami, he is focused on the mandate that we give it to him.
What he has done, so many people that have been there as members of reps have not represented us as the way he did just within these few months.
Nan gaba irin sa ne za mu nema mu same shi. Domin mun gani a kasa abubuwan da yake tafiya a cikin gwamnatin zamani Dr. Midala ya nuna mana.
This town hall meeting have provided me a platform where people have provided a lot of suggestions. And one of the suggestions is to ensure that people at the grassroots feel the dividends of democracy. You will agree with me that democracy is for the people, by the people, and of the people. For this to truly reflect the character of what democracy stands for, we must ensure that people at the grassroots have the taste and they are carried along. During our town hall meetings, a lot of community and rural road access road that are hitherto not been talked about were brought up. A lot of places that need attention were brought up. Of course, we have gone out to do a baseline assessment, and during our campaign we know the issues, but to re-echo these issues all the time after getting elected, it also sticks at the backs of our mind.
During these events, Dr. Balami paid homage to the Emir of Askara, Abdullahi Muhammad Askarama, and the Emir of Uba, Ali Ismail Mamza, emphasizing that it was a time for work, not politics.
Wannan position na House of Representative ba na Dr. Midala bane, ba na PDP bane, na mutanen Askira Uba Hawul Federal Constituency. So yi kokari mu haɗa kai don mu ji daɗin kujeran mutanen mu su amfana da shi. Mutanen da suna so su yi siyasa, su jira an lokacin siyasa ya zo sai a je a yi siyasa. Amma yanzu kujere ne wanda Allah ya ba mu don mutanen mu su samu amfani shi. To mu haɗa kai don wannan kujeran ya amfane mutanen mu.
Alhamdulillah, dama dalilin da aka yi siyasa kenan a samu division of democracy a ƙasa, kuma kyawun shi talaka shi ne one, the impact na whatever policies na wanda kuke yi.
Akwai abu guda ɗaya wanda na sa a gaba yana ji kuma da addu'a shine in kwana 10 ne za mu yi, Allah ya ba mu basirin da za mu iya mai sabi mutane Askira da Hawul mai kyau wanda za su amfana da wannan kujerar.
A ga programs ɗinka da yawa wanda ka shimfiɗa program ne masu kyau wanda to ka fara sa su hanya wani su iri ka shaga akwai positive akwai duk abubuwa zai zo maka fada kenan, amma na ga alama kai mai jibi da wannan ɗin a duk wanda ya zo za ka bana shi a tattace kuma sai abu da kyau wanda Allah ya muka zama ba goyon ba 100% wanda cikin goye ba cewa filfili wannan gidanka ne tsakanin Hawu biyu da ina da Askira ba duk ɗaya ne, ana ji yare juna, ana aure ɗaya, ana komai da komai, so kaka damu wannan ni a zaman sa kasan baka 100% support.
The distribution of constituency educational support also took place in Marama town of Hawul local government.
Honorable Dr. Midala Osman Balami education support to students of Askira Uba Hawul Federal Constituency.
Continuing his commitment to service, Dr. Balami donated 25 motorcycles to selected beneficiaries in each ward, supporting farming and other life activities.
After our engagement and the baseline assessment with our constituents, this also come up as one of their area of interest. And for us, we work based on what our people want. This is the need that they indicate, and we comply that we should provide this so that we can support them in these difficult times of economic hardship.
From all indication what we are seeing, this guy have good intention for his people. Yana so mutanen shi lalle su san cewa siyasa yana da amfani. Kamar yadda aka fada cewa siyasa da mutane ne ba na mutum ba. Mutane sun tabbatar cewa lalle siyasan na jama'a ne. So fatan mu shine Allah ya sa a zuciyar mutane kowa ya hakuri mu ci gaba da mishi addu'a. Allah ya sa kuma abubuwan da ya shi fada gaba ya ci gaba da ma jama'ansa kowa ya more amfanin siyasa.
He also hosted a second town hall meeting in Marama town, facilitating discussions on representation and local concerns.
Member House of Reps daban-daban jiya wadda ni na sani ba wanda ya taba yin wannan abu. Shi yasa nake faɗan zuciya ya wayar mana da kai. Scholarship ba mu taba jin ana scholarship a Askira ba. Ba mu taba ji kuma Member House of Reps zai zo ya zauna da mutanen sa ya zauna ya ji damuwansu da kuma ya zai yi da su ba sai akan Dr. Midala.
Kamar yadda doctor yana iya samun dama yana tara mu a nan a the local government level, what level ma yi initiative.
Akwai waɗanda ba sa iya su yi makaranta ba, akwai waɗanda ba uwa ba uba, waɗanda ba za su iya su yi makaranta ba. Shi ne muna roƙo ya taimaka mana ta can, domin aka ce idan aka ilmantar da mace ɗaya an ilmantar da me? To.
Na biyu kuma ina roƙon Allah ya hore mishi ya ɗan taimaka mana da abu sana'o'i. Na uku kuma Allah ya sa ya samu hanyar take ya taimaka mana ko ba duka ba, amma idan a cikin wani ne aka samu mutane biyu ko uku suka samu kaga ya dan rage mana wahalar mu mata.
I am representing the people, and everything I'm doing on behalf of the people. It is difficult for me to be able to communicate or reach out to all over 300 and something thousand population in our constituency. But of course we have put modalities on ground. One of the modality is Haul Askira Uba constituency office in Askira Uba and in Haul, where we have staffs. You can come there irrespective of your political party, irrespective of who you vote and who you are going to vote in future to come, to lodge in your complaint, provide background of your complaint, and we prioritize them.
In a renewed commitment to his constituency, Dr. Bellamy organized a 3-day capacity building training on essential digital skills for young entrepreneurs for 40 youths, enhancing their abilities to engage socio-economic development.
Sincerely, for me to assess Honorable Midala in his first year, if there's anything more than 100%, I think I will score him. We've never had such a representation from that constituency. And that's why we always encourage the youth to come out and take the position of leadership, because all the people that has represented us from that constituency, he is the youngest and he has performed more than another person. My call on our people is that please be patient, encourage this man that has said this very good work, and the more we give him the encouragement, the more he will also, you'll have the courage to face anybody.
As far as I'm concerned, he is one member of the House of Representatives that has done more than any other one in the first year. I will tell you that this is one young man that even the elders respect. And it is only our prayer that he will continue in this manner that he has started.
When you go to Awol and Askira Uba today, they talk of Dr. Midala. Especially in Askira Uba, they always talk of Dr. Midala, our House of Reps member. He's done very well. He's done very well. So it's a thing of joy. When your own is there, he's representing you very well. He's a man of goodwill and he has his people at heart. He doesn't look at what he will gain. but what will he do to the people to uplift the standard of his own people? I've worked with other people, other House of Reps members, but for him, his own is very different because he has come with an open mind to everybody to bring development.
Dr. Midala Usman Bellamy remains focused on infrastructure development, food security, economic empowerment, education, provision of social amenities, and promoting peace and unity.
We are looking at it that we must develop capacity to be able to have agricultural production that is far beyond what we are doing now. Mechanized one, where we have a lot of farm inputs. I have reached out to FAO, Food Agricultural Organization, and we've discussed about partnership so that we can bring this such kind of development in our area. Partnership will be in a way that it can empower farmers in our place to have an improved seed, improved variety of seed, and also impulse in terms of herbicide, in terms of fertilizer and others, to be able to help us to have a productive way of enhancing agriculture in our place, as well as the animal husbandry, whereby you have improved animal way of rearing and way of keeping animals that will be able to produce protein and meat for the development of the area and Nigeria as a whole.
He actively participates in community, cultural, and religious activities and responds to disasters and security issues, ensuring his constituents feel supported and valued.
We have 3 more beautiful years of spectacular performance that we're expecting from him. Judging by the first 1 year, if we should reflect, we cannot say anything than to say it was a worthy choice, and he represented us well. What he stood for, what he represents, is a reflection of the ideals that we all stood for and seen in him, that we put him forward and supported his election. The most important thing is to remain focused, to have listening ears, to continue to analyze and find out what the needs of our people are, and to find a way that you can address as best as you can. And to that extent, he has done very well, and we continue to pray that the subsequent years that will come will only be a build-up on the achievement that has been attained so far.
So he's our member House of Reps, which have shown a capacity leader who have taken not only his constituency, but with some activities and some work that has been brought to our area, it has not only touched the lives of the constituency alone, but even the neighboring constituency has benefited from it. I have said it and I have continued to tell people, development can only come when there is peace. I have asked us to work together as a team, continue to promote peaceful coexistence, work together as family. Of course, everybody may have or can have their own different opinion, but what we are doing now for our people is a time for governance. And irrespective of your political party, religion, tribe, let's set our differences aside. Let's come to work together for the second year so that we can accelerate all effort and ensure that we synergize together, partner together, and our people to receive the dividends of democracy in all ramifications, including infrastructures. These infrastructures are very critical in our area because our place have been deficit of federal government attention. Of course, we are looking at some of the bills that we've started and ensuring that these bills have come to fulfillment and implementations will take place as soon as the bills have gotten to its final stage. Lastly, I will say that I appreciate everyone and thank you for all of the support that you have given to us. We appreciate your prayers. We will continue to also work by your guidance. As many of you that are out there that have also been calling, sending messages of encouragement and guidance, we appreciate you. May Allah bless you. May God continue to be with us all as we work for humanity.
1 year in office marks a significant step in stabilizing and attracting projects and support for equitable progress and development in Askira-Uba Howell Federal Constituency. For Dr. Bellamy, the quest to emancipate the constituency from the clutches of poverty and underdevelopment continues unwaveringly.